Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Mariya. This channel is about spirituality. Please subscribe below so we can be YouTube friends. This is my video about the portal of October 10th, the 1010 portal of 2025. In this video, we're going to dissect the energies of the day. What is it that is happening on this day from the perspective of energy? What you should be aware of? What are the best rituals, practices, things you can do the day off to best take advantage of the potent codes streaming down from the cosmos to Earth? All of that and more in this video. Okay, you guys, you know I love portals, and I know that you are on the same wavelength with me. Portals are beautiful days. They're very special days. Very often they're mirror days, right? So like 1010, for instance. And they bring something very, very special with them. So what is this October 10th all about? The energies of October very often are about balancing. And the portal of 1010, or a mirror portal, is very much about balancing a particular area of our life that has gotten out of balance. So this portal of 1010 is coming to balance a particular relationship in our lives, and that is the relationship with ourselves. It has come to shed the light on our self-concept, or the parts of our self-concept that have been negative or undeserved. It has come to shed the light on certain blind spots, certain feelings that we have about ourselves, certain thoughts that we have about ourselves that are not true or no longer true. So it is very much a truth portal, or a truth teller portal, if you will. And it is here to remove the inconsistencies, the incongruence. It is here to remove the lies from your field, the lies you have been telling yourself about yourself. Self-concept, or ego, if you will, is our temporary identity in this incarnation. We always act in accordance with our self-concept. Always, right? So our actions are always aligned with who we believe ourselves to be, the kind of person that we believe ourselves to be. If you believe yourself to be a good friend, you would act in accordance with that perception of yourself. If you believe yourself to be opportunistic, you would act in accordance with that belief of yourself. So when the universe wants to make meaningful, deep change, it wants to address our self-concept, and specifically the lies, the inconsistencies that we have been telling ourselves about ourselves. What is actually quite interesting to note is that you think your self-concept is unique to you. I will tell you that your self-concept is very similar to a lot of the members in your family or in your lineage. So in other words, there are so many similarities that you share energetically with your family that if you think that your self-concept is your own, that is probably not the case. You probably inherited part of your self-concept from your mom, part of it from your dad, and then other parts of it you inherited through nature and nurture, like meaning the people around you, like, I don't know, other primary caretakers such as grandma. So very often, if you feel, call it, if you have a low self-esteem, right? Or if you're feeling unloved or lonely, very likely somebody in your family is feeling that same emotion very, very frequently. If we never got to graduate from our self-concept, if we never had a chance really to build or rebuild it or build something better for ourselves, then lineages would just never evolve. We would always feel the same way that our moms did, and then our daughters would feel the same ways that we did, and it would just be kind of like a never-ending game into, like, essentially movement into nowhere. That is, thankfully, not the case. And it is through portals like 1010 that we actually get to be very deliberate with shifting our self-concept. Specifically, though, because this is a truth teller date, the way I see this portal is it's a very blue portal, and it looks like we all are standing under a waterfall of blue codes or blue light, if you will, whatever best resonates. And under that waterfall, the truth of ourselves can no longer hide from the rest of our being. There have been parts about yourself that you have been ignoring. Perhaps there's an inner child that has been really put in the back burner by you, and you have not been hearing the needs of that inner child, and you have bulldozed over those needs and you put that little inner child of yours in the corner waiting for a better day. Well, that better day has arrived, you guys. 10-10. Perhaps you have been telling yourself untruths about your lack of power, how it's very hard for you to make change in your life, how you're unworthy, how you're unloved, how you're alone. Whatever is your narrative, some parts of it need to be shed, especially the more negative parts. Now, sometimes we are our biggest blind spots. The hardest thing for anyone is to see themselves clearly. That's why we use other people as mirrors, right? That's why we have this mirroring concept, right? That's why other people are behaving to us in a way that mirrors our own energy, because it is so hard to see ourselves. You can talk to any healer. You can talk to any seer. It is actually the hardest thing to help yourself. And because of that, the portal of 1010 is so magnificent, is because as you're standing under this blue waterfall of codes, of the truth, of authenticity, of clarity, of the great reveal of who you are, all of a sudden, what you used to have as a blind spot is going to be cleared up. And you're going to be like, wow, I did not realize I was behaving in this way. Wow, I did not realize how frequently I'm putting myself down in my own words. Wow, I did not realize that the way I speak and what comes out of my mouth is actually diminishing my own power, right? Or whatever that realization is. So I have a couple of meditations. Big surprise for this channel. I have a couple of meditations, a couple of practices that I would like to propose to you. I'll be the first one to admit, you guys, that I really loved recording the last couple of meditations for you for portals. So I'm going to do it again. And by the time this video comes out, you're going to have a meditation available. It's going to be free of charge, specifically for 1010 portal of this year. Custom based and bespoke based on the energies that I'm seeing. It's going to be available through the One Mother app, both on iPhone and on Android. So there you have it. But if you don't want to go on the app, that's fine as well. I can walk you through some of the things that you can do. So the first things first is receiving those blue energies, receiving the blue codes streaming down, receiving them specifically into the area of your third eye and your throat. That is going to prepare you and enable you to be in sync with the energies of the portal. That is very, very important because a lot of us are out of sync with our own truth, the truth of the universe, and with our own authentic essence, right? So, which is why we still remain our own biggest blind spot sometimes, right? If it was easy to see ourselves, everybody would be doing it on a daily basis, but that's not the case. So first we need to get soaked, to really absorb that blue frequency of the higher truth streaming down from the cosmos, and do so with your high chakras, right? So your third eye, imagine receiving it into your forehead, and imagine receiving it into your throat. And then let that drop into your belly. And imagine there's a sponge in your belly, and that sponge is just absorbing everything. Okay, that's 1. 2. Once you have that blue light aggregated inside of your belly, it's going to be excavated from your navel, and it's going to build a blue mirror in front of you. You come up to the mirror, and you ask the mirror to show you your biggest blind spot around yourself. Like, what are the great things about you that you are not seeing, right? Specifically focus on the positive first. And you will receive symbols. Like, you may see yourself doing certain things that you're not aware of, or like other people may be noticing you doing something great. Like, first, the mirror is supposed to tell you or show you all of the good things about you that you're not acknowledging. That's 1, and that's very, very important. And stay in there for as long as you need, observing, getting messages from the universe. That's 1. 2, ask the mirror to reflect the inauthenticity around your self-concept specifically. Ask the mirror to show you what is it that you are subscribing to or defining yourself with that is no longer the case. For instance, you may believe that you are powerless, right? Or like you're powerless against a particular person, right? Like, I don't know, your husband, your boss, like whomever. All of a sudden, the mirror may show you just how powerful you are, like riding a dragon or something. And that would just be a quick example of like inauthenticity cleared, inauthenticity revealed. In other words, you have been playing small somewhere in your life. Ask the mirror to show you where you have been playing small. and where you have been thinking about yourself negatively, which is actually absolutely not true. And once the mirror reveals that, tell the mirror to reveal the truth of who you are. And really watch yourself in that mirror. And it's really going to amplify who you are. And by the way, not just this current version of you, but the future version of you. That's what the mirror is going to start showing you, the future of like what you're walking into. Remember, we're beginning a new cycle. The old you is not going to be like the new you. And the new you may get confined, constrained, it may get too tight for you in your own old skin. It's very beautiful for you to graduate from that. And just watch yourself walk down this beautiful blue path with all this like beautiful starfall, all these blue stars falling on you, and see yourself reimagined. See yourself transformed into a new version of you. That new version of you that is a lot more authentic. The version of you that walks in truth. And that is a very, very beautiful activation for the day of. When I record the meditation for this, it's going to be an expanded and extended version of what I just walked you through. I always do it in the flow, and quite a number of guides come through. So I cannot guarantee that what is going to be recorded on One Mother is going to be exactly this. It's usually more. Sometimes I bring light language, so it's going to blow your mind. For this portal, you can meditate up to 7 days before it and up to 3 days after the portal. So they're keeping it open for about 10 days, ironically, not ironically. Everything is a synchronicity. A portal of 10 is going to be open for 10 days, duh. But they really want to front load it based on energies. They're saying, okay, we can go earlier, but not so much later because the world's going to move on to other bigger and better things, right? So if you want to take advantage of the energies, you can meditate during that 10-day period. Some of you may want to redo that meditation, that practice multiple times, right? Because every time you would be standing next to that mirror of authenticity, a new facet of you is going to be reflected back to you. A new facet of you is going to be shown. Another thing that's really good to do on 1010 is inner child work. I've already mentioned that. I've already referred to that. There are so many ways to do inner child stuff. There are many practices. The most important part is to cater to an inner child of yours on that day. The inner child that you have been completely ignoring, all of their needs. You have not really been catering to that inner child. You have not been accommodating to their needs, wishes, dreams, desires, aspirations. In fact, you want nothing to hear of them or from them, right? And they feel completely neglected. So look for the neglected child within. The way you actually look for that part within you is you scan your body top to bottom. And when I'm telling you think of the neglected child, you're going to be scanning your body top to bottom. And as you're scanning, you're going to notice that somewhere in your body, it feels like there's tension or something just doesn't feel right when I say the neglected child. And that is where that part usually lives. And so what you want to do is you want to amplify that part, almost like stretch it out of proportion, zoom into it and start talking to it because it is a baby. And every daughter or son part within ourselves just needs you to become a parent. You are your most sophisticated version yet. You are bigger than your trauma that was created earlier in life or in past lifetimes because you have had the most experience of any version of you ever. Because of that, you're perfectly qualified to become your own parent. And when I say parent, not just a mom and not just a dad. You're perfectly qualified to be both for your inner aspects. And what a neglected child needs, beyond anything, is attention and TLC. And for you to tell them that you love them and that you're no longer going to put them in a dark corner, but instead you're going to listen to what it is that they need. And then hear them out and follow through on what they tell you to do or what they reveal. That's going to be very important for your authenticity, because very often our inner children are very connected to our soul spark. They're connected to our most productive, most creative energy, because our inner children are the ones that want to go out there and have experiences and have fun and do the things. And if our inner children get neglected in this way, that spark then is frozen. That spark of our soul is dormant. And when that spark of our soul is dormant, we don't get to live the lives that we came here to live. We're living lives on autopilot. We're not fully plugged in. And sometimes, people talk about chronic fatigue a lot. But one version of chronic fatigue is just a bunch of inner children that are not activated, to be honest. And because of that, there's not enough spark in somebody's body to go after what it is that they truly want. So let's get back into a more balanced self-concept, into a more balanced state. Another symbol for the portal of 1010 is a scale. So it's balancing the scale. And the scale that is being balanced is, on the one side of the scale is who you think you are, and on the other side of the scale is who you believe yourself to be. And they're completely mismanaged. They are not on the same level. And so this portal is allowing for the two sides of the scale to actually be joined at a point of equilibrium, right? So you are getting more into a true level of awareness. You're deepening your awareness of who you are with the help of this portal. Another thing that you may want to do on the portal, because of how beautiful this deep blue codes or the deep blue stream is, allow it to like wrap you like a blanket or cocoon you in its presence, and simply start asking questions from the universe. Ask the universe to show you some truths that are hidden, not just about you, but in general about life or maybe your future. And you will find that just being in this beautiful blue cocoon, in this beautiful blue blanket, brings out the insights so easily that it can blow your mind. That's that. Drop it into the comments for me if you are starting to sense the energies of 1010 and how this video has landed for you. I'm so excited for you to do the practices on the One Mother app, or if you're just meditating off of my instructions today, do let me know how that lands in the comments. If you're not yet subscribed, please click that subscribe button, and that means the world to me. Oh, and one last thing before we break. You guys, you know that I have private sessions. I work with people privately, and they're available now on my website if you wanted to come and check it out. But outside of myself, I also have my group of 3 trusted women that I absolutely adore to death. And they're working with people globally. They're a part of my tribe. They're a part of my inner circle, however you want to call it. And they're amazing seers. They're amazing healers. I have 3. So Katya, she does like next level Akashic level readings, Akashic realm readings. And she is, she's a great healer. So she can go deep into your trauma. She can, I don't know, remove demonic attachments. She can look into why you're not able to attract money. She's really, really good. Mariya is a beautiful heart healer. She's a great friend of mine. I personally go to her for healing sessions when I'm stuck with something. Usually it's an old pattern that I just cannot seem to shake. And she does past life regressions. And when she does past life regressions, you're able to move through so much. So I totally recommend Mariya for a past life regression. And Aurora, the newest addition to my website, you can check out all of these 3 ladies on thisismariya.com, by the way, and book a session from there. Aurora is a wonderful lady I met in Sedona years back, and I've gotten a galactic Akashic reading from her. So she was looking into my galactic blueprint and the planets where I had incarnations, and also like the blueprint that I came into this into this incarnation with. And it was just like next level. And it was because obviously, I mean, I talk to guides and I myself am an oracle. And it's so wonderful because Aurora told me everything I saw myself down to a T. And I was just floored by how clear she is and how beautiful of a channel she is. And she pretty much sees the same things that I do. So highly recommend my 3 wonderful lady friends. And I hope you give them a chance. So much love for you guys. You have literally no idea how much I love you. Big virtual hug for you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.